Time for Otters to invade Ixalan. Indeed. Today we are playing Triosk's very well-known player list of Otters. Different to the list of Otters we've been playing. It have analyzed the pot. It doesn't have Questing Druid. Instead it has Sleight of Hand and Invasion of Ixalan. I'm trimming on some of the combo pieces. No Bitter Reunion, only one Song of Totentanz, one less Floodcaller. So really this deck is slightly less combo orientated, slightly more controlling build of Otters. A little bit different from what we've been playing up until now. Curious to see how it performs. Ixalotters. Indeed. We win like every match against decks that aren't playing basic mountains in great multitude, and lose every match where our opponents are playing a bunch of basic mountains. And that's just every day on the stream. Without fail. At least they apologized, indeed. GG's. If I lose there. I said basic mountains in multitude, not in individual. I did cover myself for chat inevitably calling me out on that. Which do I take? I kind of want to take Thundertrap. But the Stormchasers is much better at flipping. Basic mountain OP. Alright, has to take Bushwhack or Trainer, I guess. Otherwise we just kill the bat. But it was still a thing many years ago. In ages long past. The actual best card to find is... Or maybe I just cast Vitality. It could get Anointed. I think it's kind of nice. If it doesn't get Anointed, it's pretty upset for us. If it does, then my opponent's not developing a threat. Or batting me again, or whatever. Right, well, possible happened. I feel like attacking this Ixalan's really strange. There's decent odds that, okay, well, apparently this is happening. Means I can now Bushwhack the bat pretty safely. I think I don't really care if my opponent wants to spend 2 mana shuffling this in. Fine. Bunk. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Insane play, yeah. Insane play. That was incredible. Actually can't believe it. That was so good. I have no idea what land I meant to get here. I think there's like legitimately an argument for all 3 of these. Kind of baffling. Notes from the opponent. Hey, Stab and Disfigure are just good cards, unlike Thundertrap Trainer. It's fine. We just cast the Llanowar Elf for 2 mana. Could be worse. Fuck. Cool. Cool. Well, thank you for the almost prime number worth of months. Actually, no, the apparently actual prime number. Thank you for the actually a prime number. I wonder if I meant to bounce and replay the trainer. I guess I'm looking for spells at the moment more than I'm looking for permanent. Oh, this is... That is a lot of otters. Sorry, a lot of rats. You'd think I'd know the difference. Seeing the laws of maps. I was not really expecting shouldered. Anyway, this is going to be a pretty spicy turn. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about this turn we're going to have. 6 rats. Who's ready to get Gix's commanded? Some people play Gix's command main deck. I mean, my opponent has shouldered pre-board. I don't know. Gix's command's not that unreasonable. It exposes my Thundertrap to a bat, but it also means I can kick Thundertrap. I think is he run Deadly Cover. It's really hard to imagine my opponent having Deadly Cover up in the main deck, but like I don't know. I guess crazy things happen all the time. I wish I could go find a Floodcaller more trivially right now. Be exceptionally nice, but hey, we out here, so. Well, if I took a Bushwhack, I could pair it with the torch. Okay. That, keep bouncing their 4 mana permanent if you exist. I think earlier we decided Dimir, we just run back the main deck, so why not? Both having a silly amount of mana, same. My favorite thing. Shoutouts to Song of Totentanz, the bouncy ball freighter. Keeps briefly arriving on the battlefield just long enough to deal 2 damage. Sorry, I haven't streamed much this week, by the way. Like a little bit swamped with a few different things, but glad I am getting in at least a couple streams. Hopefully it'll be back to normal next week. Mostly back to normal next week. I have a couple house viewings that I need to, but most part it should be back to normal. Here's a siren or thing. It is hold open torch. Yeah. I'm good. I know I'm good. Thank you, Sophia. Take 1. Not gonna cast this torch until end step, so my opponent can't crack them after the those houses. It's actually the other way around, but yes. I'm hoping house viewings on my end will begin soon. For the time being, the view rather than the viewer. Have those houses view you, exactly. Yeah, this is standard. Is indeed. Play my more expensive card, I guess. I'll just love viewing you. Thing about Valgavoth. Trainer, Island, Light. Those wheels. Pulse for an impulse, the dream. We're getting so many incredibly low value, but not completely zero value permanents that we're cycling. Over and over and over, forever and ever. New UK law houses if you are worthy of entry. Like vampires, you have to be. The house has to invite you in. Least threatening turn 3 I have ever seen in my life. If I cast Vitality here, I mean I can still get Quench, but I can't get Anointed unless my opponent has 2 pieces. Pretty good. Bounce this. Go for the front. Should probably have tapped this for. No, actually, I just want to hold this open. Wait. Yeah, it does mean they can kill it in response now. Then they could have just killed it in their turn. The mana had faded. Really make much of a difference one way or the other. Probably crack this now because Tidebinder. You've been screened by the Council of Property. Oh no, Cyber. Sure, we'll go fine. Need to learn how to play against Tidebinder, don't we all? Well, Stormchaser's talent was a pretty phenomenal draw. God, they're not getting priority. I really want to do something super egregious and just cast this Bushwhack, which I would never ever do if I was not specifically playing on Arena right now. But also they literally didn't get priority yet. Obviously, you should not do this. But also, my opponent is not getting priority, and I'm going to take advantage of it, I guess. We out here. Favorite, the hardcast sauna. Let's go. Fruit. Don't do this unless you're feeling frisky or the platform is giving information away about your opponent's hand. Indeed, both of those are valid reasons. Those are the 2 valid reasons. I could just try and block with my. Have 2 Stormchasers talents in play with like literally 1 billion mana. They do have a Risen Refund. Doing blue things. We sure are doing blue things right now. This is certainly true. Oh my god, Sip. That's kind of hilarious, though. I hope you appreciate that that's actually just very funny. Oh. Really scared of curiosity. This might be bad. Might just be giving my opponent an opening here. Good reason. Damn it. Yeah, that's like the single card. Scream. Yeah, you're meant to let it level up before you try binder, indeed. Dumb Cat does have flash. The Dumb Cat is exceptionally good. Exceptionally card. Seems like a prowess trigger. Oh. Mean. Oh, both of these are so obscene. I think I meant to take this. Right, how many Otters am I attacking? I attack with just one, a removal spell. I kind of want to keep one on defense for the Tidebinder. A little bit curious how I beat this. This one does it. Cool. So does mean my opponent gets a Risen Reach attack, which is stink, but oh. Okay. We should check if we have milled an island. Oh. What's this? And hunt. I'd really like to flip this because it gets us a 4/3 on defense. It's actually like really nicely sized. So we did just tap an awful lot of our blue mana mind. God, I wish the Yavimaya had not been tapped. Scream. Here now. Get a 4/3 on defense. Then we can turn it to Tabi, hit talent. Apparently have a secondary. Activate this talent. Back. Tabi. Activate this talent. Get back. Slay or torch? Torch answers the curiosity. Feels like taking Slay. Town makes like the most beautiful slow loop, yeah. Would just gain like 1.4 Otters per turn. Whilst not necessarily achieving very much. What else could you want? Alright, the song will be very good next turn. Down comes the curiosity. Did this list fit Sleight of Hand? This list is just pretty different from the stock list. This is Friosk's list. Believe is I don't want to accidentally say the wrong. Believe it's it. Yeah, we're not playing Analyze. We're only playing a single song as our one haste effect. We're not playing Questing Druid. But Ixalans are kind of Questing Druid a lot. It's just like pretty different overall. I'm gonna bounce this. Just put me minus a couple Otters. They bought in Ral against Caretaker's decks? I believe so. I am like broadly pretty suspicious of Ral. But if I had Ral in my sideboard, I would definitely feel like you just board that in against any of the like the slow controlling white decks pretty much. Oh my god, Torch? So funny. I now get to sack this to the Torch. This is so beautiful. Although it would have got saved anyway, right? Because it would have become a free for. So I could have sacked something different, but I think I would still sack that. Alright, this digs for Floodcaller. How many Floodcallers are in my deck? Currently 3, so we are definitely keeping that 100%. Also, shout out to Belligerent Regisaur being an absolute champion right now. Drew us a card, Indestructible Blocker. Yeah, not triple blocking paid off beautifully. It really did. Very good. Okay. Floodcaller, please. Yeah, it's just a very hungry Regisaur. It deserves to chomp down on a tasty, tasty root. Believe it. What I take that. So incredible the game has been this long. It's been pretty crazy. If I cast this, my opponent gets the draw off beam. So I think instead I guess then I get to Furnace. Get to Furnace the Mastermind. My opponent gets a card, but their Mastermind still dies. Okay. Oh, not even going for it. Wow. I guess the Furnace is face up. Pretty reasonable to not go for it. Although, certainly happy they didn't get a card, considering I'm just going to torch back anyway. I appreciate that Auto Tapper wants to tap my rats that are soon to be unable to tap for mana instead of my other creatures. Rare Auto Tapper W. You don't see it often. But... painful hand. If I knew it was against mono red, I would not like. In the dark, I'm gonna keep. Ooh. Demir. Very exciting. Hey, Botanical Sanctum. Beautiful. If I play the Invasion, I get to attack it for 2. That's actually pretty nice. And we can take another trainer. Then if we find a 1-mana spell, so off the trainer, suddenly this is a 2/2, and we've Ixalan. Ixalan already looking pretty spicy. Potentially about to be a very clean 2-1. Let's go. Okay. I could just flash in Floodcaller this turn. How do we feel about that? It stops my opponent getting a Kaito down. And it guarantees using my mana pretty well. I think I quite like that. The belligerent is that what it's called? Belligerent Regisaur? What a good name. Love to be belligerent and or a Regisaur. Truly two of the best things to be. Right. Real nice that Kaito is pretty non-threatening right now. Yep. Go for the Kaito, goes for a map instead. There is a Kaito on top. You're gonna see the Kaito left there. Of course, decent odds this Floodcaller just dies, but we have another one in hand. So fair amount of damage from players. Right. Floodcaller dies. There's a Sleight of Hand. That is very good. That means this Invasion of Ixalan is getting flipped this turn. Yeah, they could have got the Kaito in play. It's just that then we can attack the Kaito down, right? Which certainly helps against Kaito quite a bit. I guess there's no great reason to play Floodcaller first. Invasion's flipping anyway. Enduring Vitality and Hound Ain't Big Enough. Both of these are really nice. I think I do want this Vitality quite badly. And I guess I just get more Otters now. Look at the Floodcaller. I'm really worried if I say go and hold open Floodcaller, it's just gonna die again. Getting this pretty good. You know what spells I'm working with. Bushwhack Torch. I really like Bushwhack. If I just fire it off now, get to kill slow down the aerial assault. Flip the Hey there, Sophia. Target tapped creature, you gain 1 life for each creature you control with flying. Powerful. I gotta say, this is not the best looking Kaito I've ever seen. It does seem like this Kaito is just gonna die. Is there anything spicy I can do here with this Vitality? I kind of feel like the answer might be no. But I have to attack Kaito for 2. It is buy back a spell. So just trainer. Probably time. Oh, my creature gets indestructible. Powerful. Ooh, this one's actually powerful. Also pretty powerful too. So take the town. Town ain't big enough for all these otters. Doing so much damage off my lands. Little unfortunate. Good news is our battlefield is completely obscured. Kaito's dying. And if my opponent's not careful, we just win the game next time. Spyglass Siren draws them a land. Play this Vitality. Cast this Floodcaller. Nice. I was very worried about Google in response. $160 Otter streak. So many. Love to see me on Otters. Hope you're enjoying learning the deck. One of my faves. This is one of my favorite decks I've played in a long time. So much fun. Am I missing the pollen? This is my first match without pollen. I'm a little bit suspicious. I won't deny. Like, pollen is a great card, but the person whose list I copied who wasn't playing the pollen is a very good player, so kind of just trusting the deck building and giving it a shot. Sleight of Hand, you know, is not a bad card. We'll see how it goes. I will say the Invasion of Ixalan was very impressive. That card really, really overperformed. Do I even board against Dimir at all? Genuine question. None of the cards I usually bring in against Dimir are in the sideboard. And all of the cards I usually board out against Dimir are not in the main deck. So I'm kind of inclined to just click done. Fire it up again. Plenty of pollen in the area there at the moment. Yeah, I guess it must be summertime where you are. Crazy, nearly summertime. Fairly with pre-boarded versus Dimir. I almost made that comment. I wouldn't go that far, but like, I think actually being pre-boarded against Dimir probably involves some number of Scorching Dragonfires. But yeah, let's feel we're reasonably prepared for Dimir. Fighting Thunderstorm Australia is a wild place. Yeah, we have the torches. Torch is still good. Absolutely. What is red mana? Red mana just doesn't exist, apparently. We've seen 8 lands total across 2 games, and 0 of them make red. Definitely. Red mana. I mean, I'd argue that I do, but I guess we won the previous game without it, so make of that what you will. Sleight of Hand. Ooh, Beanstalk is a very nice one. Let's say it's Bushwhack. Probably have a mana spare if we. Rude. Kind of forced to take Furnace, of course. So we get a Beanstalk. Find another land. Of note, this is a situation where Sleight of Hand would be astronomically better than Analyze. Although that's partly that if the Sleights or Analyzes, we have way more lands than normal Otters. So Ghost Vacuum hardly do anything. Coast. I am saying go. I guess I am losing the game. Little unfortunate. Double discard spell and drawing nothing of relevance. Sometimes happen, I suppose. On that note. Oh my god. Not like this. Not like this. I think I meant to get Forest, weirdly. Then Enduring Vitality can fight without me having to pay life. Not that it's really gonna matter, this game feels pretty much 100% over, but... They would never have any interaction, right? That would be impossible. This is such wishful thinking. Yeah. Alright. Moving on. Game free. Easy key. Easiest key in my life. Continue to not have red mana. But you know. Stormchasers is so good. So are land drops. But Invasion of Ixalan will probably Stormchasers kind of messed up with town. Kind of messed up with Ixalan too, helping flip it. I want to do a 2-mana thing. Means I could... Means I kind of want a Beanstalk so that I don't get masterminded on the Beanstalk later. I have more info on what I want to take off the Ixalan this way. Never didn't have it after all. Game's just easy. Right. Ixalan plus talent. Already have a Beanstalk. Feels pretty irresponsible to take another one. Trainer is very nice with both Vitality and Floodcaller in hand. Oh, they did have the turns. Okay. Maybe I was meant to lead on Stormchaser? I kind of gave my opponent the option of countering either one with the order I played them in. Stormchasers is like pretty sick. Have him play. But in me like really likes a free drop. I kind of want to wait on... Oh, hey TSS. I kind of want to wait on Vitality till I have random bodies in play. Also, the Vitality would pair so well with this torch. Fire off the trainer. Very nice. I just want to do that. It stops a Kaito from like being a colossal hassle. Honestly, I think I am just going to go for it. It uses my mana well. Sure, I had to get through the negate at some point. Be a lot worse. Ferocity. That is a very good one, though we do have 2 ways of interacting with it at the moment. Light of... Okay. I guess we Sleight of Hand and look for a land drop. It's kind of weird. We almost want to save Sleight of Hand for when Flood calls. I think slighting for a land drop is pretty good. Take that. 1 on the Ixalan. So it's possible we end up bouncing. Very hard to imagine dealing 1 damage to my opponent. Particularly gonna matter. Alright. Far so good. Get in for 2. There you go. I'm actually just do this, I think. Then opponent's gonna end step Curiosity probably, and we just get to bounce it by a lot of time. Get a lot of cards. I'm not sure which of our things we're bouncing. They're kind of all nice to bounce, right? In different ways. Oh, interesting. Still not going for the Curiosity. Okay. Cool. Means I can just jam my Floodcaller. They might just kill the Floodcaller. I think that's fine. Obviously, if the Floodcaller doesn't die, it's great for us. Okay. Okay. Torch for Mastermind. Ooh, that is very good draw. Now if my opponent goes for an Anoint, we torch away the Vitality. Still doesn't go for anything. Damn it. So annoying. I'm gonna just sack this Vitality anyway. Probably not. What does the Invasion replace from the standard list? I mean, this list is just pretty different from the standard list. Right? Oh my god. I'm so silly. Now we can get Kaito'd if I do this now. I guess that's fine. The Kaito would then... Like, this list has Sleight of Hand. It doesn't have Analyzers. It has, more Furnaces. Less Floodcallers. Less of the Haste combo EPs. Just a pretty different... I think we're allowed to. bounce the Sauna. Honestly, doesn't sound terrible. I don't know what list Ali Eldrazi was playing. I have not kept up with Ali's decklist as of late. Certainly believable. I would like to draw some cards. Draw one off the bean, and draw another one in end step. You need to find something. Because curiosity is looming, but I guess the vitality can always block it if need be. Best garden standard. Ixalan. Yeah. Alright, let's just go for a vitality. Get down our botanical. Oh, that's interesting. If I attack with Thundertrap and my opponent wants to block, I get to Sauna. That might just be worse than holding a cooler. I'm just gonna. Jack went up the beanstalk and met a load of regular sized guys who are weirdly expensive. Yeah, that's just how the story classically goes. I have not reset the stream title. I normally reset it after the first match. Would it be an exclamation mark or question mark? No. Genuinely, like, this match could kind of go either way. Depends what Brittany's final few cards are. They do not have a huge amount of interaction going. Ooh, okay, that's a relief. No attack. No killing a thing. Now I can just furnace this. Oh, I could also like cast some garbage first. That sounds kind of great. Garbage number 1. Okay. Terrifying. Guess I need to have at least 3 cards in hand for the furnace. Maybe I misplanned this slightly. Might be the case. Yeah, I feel a bit silly. I feel like I have made this harder than it needs. Okay, we're here now. We're in a pretty phenomenal position. Time. Oh, that is very strong. I think that means I just kind of want to say go. Not play into any potential interaction here. Then I can cast Talent into town to save anything I want. Bounce anything I want. But then a Restless Reef. Sleight of Hand goes away. We draw another Tatabi. Pretty good. Seems pretty good. Game seems very over. Certainly against this Ghost Vacuum, we're very happy to not analyze too much. Hell yeah, I got there. Gonna vary. Oh no, I agree. I love Totentanzing for 3 or 4. You just get 3 or 4 Llanowar Elves and play. It's great. At some point, they become useful. Okay. Yeah, the Urza Saga ones are the main ones I'm thinking of, where it's like, I feel like that one must have been way more competitive. Those Urza Sagas were worth quite a pretty penny. Horribly rude for killing that liner off. So many. I did see a list that was playing Broncos again. I always want a Floodcaller. If I train her into torches, but if I Floodcaller and they don't hold open removal, I then get to probably flip the Ixalan. I guess I'm just gonna. Alright. Gonna get a card. Stinky, stinky. Mine is so weird. Like, Bronco's obviously a pretty powerful card in the abstract, but I don't feel like it solves any of Golgari's problems. No? Oh, that's pretty interesting. I'd really love to get down this talent. Hey, Rosa. Resub. Thank you for the 76 months. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. If I do this, the problem is this only deals 2 anyway. So yes, I'm just gonna. Watch as they play Archfiend. Unable to answer it. Oh, this is nice. Okay. We can torch their Soulstone. Oh my god. This is so good for me. What is the RAL for in the sideboard? Full disclosure, this is not my list and is not necessarily how I would build the deck. But I believe the RAL is probably for matchups like white decks. If I had to guess. We want to sack the Vitality. Make it way harder to answer. Or do I want to sack this so I have more mana? Always like the toughest the stack, I swear. I think the extra mana matters quite a bit. I might be wrong. Otherwise, my opponent can just like start jamming Archfiend stuff. Well, instantly punished, of course. Now we look like a fool. Of course, of course. Yeah, if I kept the Vitality safe, might have been able to activate Sauna. As is, it feels like I am quite far behind currently. A bit lightly. To not shoot that guy yet. Yeah, but cutting them off of mana is like pretty meaningful, right? I don't know. I feel like stone raining them is so nice, but maybe could be convinced that is the case. I can do both of these, but I don't have any haste effect yet. I guess I just have to dig for a town ain't big enough instead. Okay. Still draw town in my end step. Alright, let's bring in these Pawpatches. Patch is phenomenal against that deck. I'm not really sure what I'm boarding out. All my cards seem good. Normally I have slots to sideboard out in this matchup. Like, my opponent has Broncos, so I kind of feel like I have to have all the furnaces in. Maybe 4 Pawpatches overkill. I definitely want a few of them. Feels like I'm not allowed to trim Invasion of Ixalan because my only way to, like, really good at finding Floodcaller, since I don't have Analyze. But also it feels like Invasion of Ixalan is like the easy thing to cut here. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not meant to be so focused on comboing against that deck. Disdainful Stroke versus Negate is interesting. I agree. I'm very unsure on that one. Intuitively, I prefer Negate, I think. I guess Disdainful Stroke, the thinking is sometimes you get to hit Overlords. But I found myself just like negating random removal spells out of the time. Like, obviously those aren't the cards you plan to negate, but sometimes you have. Yeah, embarrassing if they have caverns in. Alright. No elf for a torch. That's okay. Go trainer, like plans. Oh, find a land. Find a talent. Work on drawing access to a land for the turn. Okay. Okay, fine, good. I'm gonna take the Bushwhack. I might want to furnace next turn. Or like okay. Competitive game. But all involved. Both teams tried their best. I get to rest on one, but Elf. Interesting. By my opponent literally missing a land drop, I am going to kill the Bronco. Might be responsible here. Question. How do we feel about describing Llanowar elves as an elf? They're the title is literally pluralized. The title on the card is literally pluralized. But the creature type is elf. So, like... And, like... I feel like the Llanowar elves are pretty bad at their job. I feel like the Llanowar elves are really bad at their job. You look at Elvish Mystic. Single Elvish Mystic makes a whole mana. You look at Llanowar elves, you have multiple elves, and they still only make 1 mana. The Llanowar elves suck. They're so bad at their job. Genuinely shocking. Sorry, that was the most deranged run ever. I just like, I find it genuinely upsetting to think about. It's genuinely maddening. You have no idea. Bushwhack sure does kill a Llanowar elf. Okay. Matching the energy of these games, yeah. Oh my god. Not wrong though. Not wrong. It's true. Bushwhack not only kills one elf, apparently it kills multiple elves that are all really bad at their job. Both players get one land is true. Accurate. Oh, torch the tower, huh? Don't mind if I do. So, I can do this. I can just cast my entire hand, right? Pretty good. Hey, Sun Thief. It mostly goes okay, except I'm really angry at the Ladder Elves for just being worse than all the other elves, apparently. Make of that what you will. Alright, learning from my mistake. What do we think, chat? Do we think I'm gonna win this one? I only have like 11 pieces of cardboard on the table to my opponent's 2. So it really could go either way. I can activate the Sauna. I kind of want to kick this. Elvish Mystic has the best mana per elf ratio. It really does. Shoutouts to Elvish Mystic. Even the Findorn elves are struggling, yeah. Exactly. At least they have the decency to show multiple elves in all the arts they have. True. True. Maybe it's not